Hello again. My name is Yosamu Semugoma. I'm a tree farmer in Uganda. Uganda is a country in East Africa. Yes, I've produced several videos about tree growing and especially in pine. I'm a pine tree grower in Uganda, and I'm a contractor. I help people establish pine plantations, and I help people maintain pine plantations. I've produced several videos on YouTube concerning planting and maintenance. This particular video is about harvesting. Most people ask me questions. What do we expect to earn? Like I already said, this is the figures I'll give are from a very ideal setting. Yeah, very ideal. Yeah, I'll assume you looked after your plantation very well. You planted the right species. You planted them in the right place. You understand? So the figures I give are a bit too ideal. Yeah, there are several products that are got out of pine, and depends on what you've grown your pine for. You understand? Pine, like I said in the previous videos, it can be used for firewood. It can be used for timber, charcoal, and all other type of things. But in this particular video, we shall look at pine used for plywood and uh, and and timber. Yes, what you can expect out of an acre of pine. Pine takes around 15 to 18, maybe 20 years to grow, depending on the location it is and how you've maintained it. Yeah, like I said, the figures I'm giving are very ideal figures. You understand? The amount of income you can get is it varies on so many different variables. Like I said, if you harvest your pine and you never thinned, probably at the age 18, the trees will average around 16 centimeters in diameter. If you never thinned, you have around 400 trees, and they'll average around 16 centimeters in diameter. Now, if you supply to these timber mills, which produce plywood in Uganda, and you have 400 trees in an acre, those trees should give you at a minimum of around two logs per tree. So you'll have around 800 logs. Now a 16 centimeter diameter log, most mills buy it at 10,000 shillings. So you should expect to earn around 8 million shillings, which is around $2,000. Yeah. That's at around age 18 or 15, if you never thinned. If you thinned, you should be able to get a larger diameter, and you get therefore a better income. And my average would be around 12 million, 13, 14 million an acre. Now, if you thin at age 10, and you are lucky to get some because most of these mills take 16 centimeter diameter. If you thin and you get 16 centimeter diameter at age, say 15 or 10, between 10 and 15, and you thin out to 100 trees, 125 trees, from 450 to 100, that's thinning around nearly 300 trees. You should be able to get around 20,000 per tree that you've thinned out, and the balance, which you should leave to grow for another around 8-10 years, should be able to fetch you. It should be able to come to a diameter of 40 centimeters, 40 centimeter diameter. Now, a 40 centimeter diameter is bought at Ugandan mills at a cost of around 66,000. By that figure, I arrive at it from the fact that they buy, most mills were buying per volume. A cubic meter was $55, which is 200,000, and 40 centimeters. The logs are 2.65 centimeters, and a diameter of 40 centimeters gives you a radius of 0.02. So if you multiply 0.02 times 0.02 times 3.14 times height, which is 2.65 meters, times the rate, which is $55, maybe 200,000, you come to a log which is which is 40 centimeters, should be fetch around 66,000. Now, if you are lucky to get 2 logs per tree and you have 125 trees in an acre, that acre should fetch you around 30 million, 29.9 million. Yeah. Now, if you decide, that's if you supply the logs to timber mills. These timber mills which produce ply, they are mostly Chinese owned. Yeah, and they produce plywood. If you decide to cut timber at age 18 and you have 125 trees which have a diameter of 40 centimeters, that tree should bring in about 40 pieces of 4x2s. If it has a diameter of between 40 and 50 centimeters at age 18 to 25, and has a diameter of 50 centimeters at the bottom, it should bring you around, that tree should bring you about 40 pieces at best, if you're lucky. I mean, if they are grown in a we're talking of ideal situations. If you are able to produce, if you are able to produce like let's say 40 pieces of 4x2s, and each piece is around 8,000 in Uganda, which is nearly $2, and you have 125 trees, you should be able to get around my calculation was around 45 million. If you get 40 pieces from 125 trees, I mean, if you get 40 pieces from each tree and you have 125 trees in an acre, and each piece is around 8,000. 8,000 is a bit more than $2. You should be able to earn 45 million shillings gross, because you have to subtract the costs of milling and things like that. If you cut 12 by 1s and you are able to get 30 pieces from each piece, a 12 by 1 is 18,000 in the market. 18,000 is around $6. If you get 12 by 1s and you are able to get 30 to 40 pieces, 125 trees should gross around 80 million, or 60, between 6 and 80 million. So that's my take on it. But like I said, these things vary so much. They vary so much, and you can't put a fixed price on this. But theoretically, a 12-year plantation which has 400 trees, which hasn't been thinned, a 12-year-old plantation, an acre should fetch around 12 million. And a well looked after forest which has grown in optimum conditions at age 18 to 20, if you cut timber out of it, you should gross 30 million, which is just below $10,000 an acre. Yeah, of course, if you wait longer and longer, the trees grow bigger and bigger, you should be able to get much better money. I'm told a 25-year-old stand should fetch casually $10,000 an acre. I've spoken to someone who has said he has 45-year-old trees and is selling each tree, each standing tree, which is 45-year-olds, at 1 million shillings, which is nearly $270 a standing tree. But like I said, these things vary so much, you can't rely on this video for facts. I mean, for values. This, I'm just giving a guide on what happens. There are these mills which mill plywood, these Chinese, their rate has been recently, this is we are in May. Today is May 30th, 2022, and their base rate has been 175,000 a ton. They weigh the ton and find out, and that ton is related to the volume, because in volume they were giving $55 per cubic meter. According to their rate, $55 United States dollars is 200,000. So a cubic meter is around 200,000 a cubic meter. If you have a tree which is 16 centimeters in diameter, that means its radius is 0.08 in meters. You change it to meters, and the log is like a cylinder. A log is 2.65 meters. So you use that formula, pi r squared h times the rate, which is 200,000. You find that a 16 centimeter diameter tree log, which is 2.6 meters long. It's around 10,000 Uganda shillings, which is approximately $3, a bit less than $3, United States dollars. Yeah, for those who want more answers and questions, I'll try to put my telephone number, which is 0772-422-958, and I'll try to put my email address. Feel free to ask me all questions, and let's plant trees. Thank you.